Hello, Bermuda. Since early last year, much of the government's energy has been focused on our response to the coronavirus pandemic. While public health and safety remain a priority, that has not stopped crucial work from taking place on behalf of the people of Bermuda. We have a dedicated team of ministers who are supported by government senators and backbenchers, and they are all working to deliver on our election platform pledges. In this presentation, our team of ministers will share the work that they are doing to ensure that Bermuda moves beyond the pandemic. They will also outline progress being made to update our laws, improve our infrastructure, get our athletes back on the field, support the vulnerable and seniors in our community, deliver education reform, improve rights for workers, and support our small businesses.
Hello, Bermuda. I am Walter Rabat, Deputy Premier and Minister of Home Affairs. This has been one of the most trying times for Bermuda in modern history. We have seen the devastating impact of COVID-19 on our community, our social structure, and our everyday routines. We at the Ministry of Home Affairs hear you. We have reached out to several agencies to offer support to you, our community, through a series of arrangements designed to ease the burden and impact of COVID-19, even if it's just a little. The following providers pledge to voluntarily assist the people of Bermuda by temporarily suspending termination and late fees, or offering reimbursements where applicable during the recent stay-at-home order. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to these companies for supporting the Ministry of Home Affairs in our aim to support you. The Bermuda Electric Light Company Limited, Digicel Group, Electronic Communications Limited, Horizons Communications, Wave Bermuda Limited, Link Bermuda, One Communications, Paradise Mobile, and WOW. I want to also thank the Molecular Diagnostic Lab, MDL, for collaborating with the Coalition of Bermuda AME Churches and allowing them to access their facilities for mobile saliva testing. This operation was set up in cooperation with the Ministry of Public Works. Lastly, I want to thank all of the staff and workers of the Ministry of Home Affairs. We often forget to thank those key players behind the scenes who provide exceptional service to the people of Bermuda. And in the words of the great footballer Pelé, no individual can win a game by himself.
Hi, I'm Curtis Dickinson, your Minister of Finance. The pandemic has tested the strength and resilience of our industry partners and the people of Bermuda. The retail and hospitality sectors have been hardest hit, and we have provided incentives and benefits to assist them during this period of crisis. As we look forward to the future, I recognize that certain sectors will still need some type of assistance to help to stabilize and support them. We've taken key steps in that regard and will continue to evaluate and take prudent action as and when required. As part of the work of rebuilding, I'm therefore continuing my program, which I began last year, of dialogue with individual businesses and industry groups to share ideas and solicit views on the path to financial stability and continued success. In terms of our assistance to individuals, I would note that the Unemployment Benefits Program has been central to our efforts to help people survive in this unprecedented period of turmoil. It has been vital to keeping thousands of individuals and their families afloat. As part of the work of rebuilding, I will be reaching out to the banks again to encourage their leniency on overdue loans and to encourage them to work with their clients to help them to be able to navigate once we enter the post-pandemic world. We are grateful and proud of all of the positive actions that Bermuda has taken to address these significant challenges. We will continue to work with all of our stakeholders for a brighter, better tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Kathy Lynn Simmons, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs and Constitutional Reform. As we move beyond the pandemic, our ministry will execute our mandate to empower individuals, families, and the wider community to realize national renewal, growth, and development. Our ministry is committed to removing the legal barriers that have put members of our community at a disadvantage. We will holistically seek to formalize a framework that moves our society towards a more inclusive and revitalized future. Now more than ever, we will chart our destiny with a renewed sense of purpose and determination to bring substantive legal reform and begin to create a roadmap to sovereignty. We will support the Law Reform Commission to modernize and transform legislation in the interest of the public. We will support the high-risk offender management team who have made significant strides to protect our community from high-risk sex offenders. We will introduce changes to the operational model of boards and committees to effect more streamlined processes and efficiencies. We will modernize policies and procedures of the Department of National Drug Control to align with our ministry's trajectory and progress whilst affording corresponding protections for our youth and vulnerable populations. We will continue to monitor and evaluate the granting of legal aid certificates to align with the needs of individuals and afford them adequate access to justice. Support will continue for the innovative Mirrors program in achieving outcomes to help our young people and their parents. Matrimonial causes legislation will be amended to reduce conflict between couples involved in divorce and judicial separation proceedings by removing contentious processes and allow for more amicable outcomes for adults and children. Our post-pandemic work will be transformative. We will continue to deliver effective policy, fair laws, constitutional revisions, and legislative amendments to make Bermuda stronger for all Bermudians.
Bermuda. The Department of Health's vision is healthy people in healthy communities, and it is our goal to provide the community with the tools they need to live well. During this pandemic, we all must pay close attention to our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Exercise as much as you can, follow a healthy and balanced diet, and if you need emotional support, please call the Emotional Wellbeing Hotline at 543-1111 for support between the hours of 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Doing good for your body and mind has real benefits. And remember, if you require financial assistance, it is available through the Department of Financial Assistance. Getting tested for the coronavirus is also an important part of staying healthy. You need to know your status regularly if you are not immunized. The Ministry of Health has restructured our COVID-19 testing to meet the vast demand. We have increased appointment capacity, locations, and accessibility throughout the island. Everyone is encouraged to book an appointment online or call our COVID-19 Hotline Center at 444-2498 to book an appointment should you require assistance. The Star of India site in Dockyard and Pennos Wharf and St. George's testing sites are for those who wish to know their COVID-19 status, as well as persons concerned that they may have COVID-19 or for our residents who are outbound travelers. Tests conducted at this site are saliva PCR and nasal mid-terminate PCR. Both of these tests are self-administered whilst being monitored by a health professional on site. Each of us has a role to play in stopping the spread of the coronavirus. Follow public health guidelines, wear a mask, practice good hand hygiene, maintain physical distancing, and download the We Health Bermuda app. Do the research. Talk with your doctor and make an informed decision about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
Hello, Bermuda. This week, we have relaxed a few of the stay-at-home regulations, but these continue to be concerning times for our community as we work to manage the COVID-19 virus. And while we've lifted some of the restrictions, it's important to remain vigilant. Here are some important points to note during this next phase. The Bermuda Police Service will continue to enforce the COVID-19 regulations. This includes visits to various businesses and restaurants to ensure that patrons and establishments are following the right health and safety guidelines. A curfew will still be in effect, and as such, there is an exemption process for people to be out between these times. To apply to perform activities that are not allowed in the public health regulations, visit www.gov.bm. And we're encouraging anyone who sees any breaches of the regulations to please call 211. Lastly, Bermuda has generally managed this pandemic extremely well, thanks in large part to the health guidance and recommendations put in place. So I want to thank all of Bermuda for their compliance. Above all, please stay safe and please continue to make responsible decisions to protect you and your families.
Hello, Bermuda. As the Minister for Cabinet Office, I'm here to share that the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation is working on a range of innovative and exciting programs to invigorate our economy beyond the pandemic. The BEDC's key objective is to assist in encouraging economic growth for small and medium-sized Bermuda businesses. COVID-19 emergency grants and the COVID-19 Business Continuity and Sustainability Funding Program can be accessed by businesses who need financial and advisory support. This government understands that businesses create jobs and jobs employ people, thereby growing our economy. Immediate support for today must be balanced with long-term planning for the future. In that regard, some of the long-term initiatives that the BEDC is leading include the virtual market, the Shoreside Fisheries Complex, and the Uptown CDC. The goal of all these projects is to build future economic opportunities for new businesses that will create new jobs and help grow the economy. Ultimately, innovation is the key to our economic survival. We are laser focused on ensuring that entrepreneurship grows and there are more accessible options for business financing, reducing bureaucracy, and embracing innovation. If you need help, or just want to talk with us about your concerns, give us a call. Please, do not hurt in silence. We care.
Hello, Bermuda. I'm Minister Tanae Ferbert, Acting Minister of Youth, Culture, and Sport. Like all of you, I recognize that these are anxious times, but I'm here to reassure you that we can do this. I have hope for our country, and I believe that as a people, we have the resilience to overcome what this pandemic has thrown at us. We only need to draw on the strength of one another and the collective force of our community. COVID has upended Bermudian life, and our sporting, culture, and entertainment events have been severely impacted. As it relates to sports, we absolutely understand its importance and the critical need to return to play safely. During this current phase, we appreciate that many sporting activities are restricted, but you can still exercise and train individually and with others in your household. And if we stick to measures and improve our numbers, hopefully we can soon resume our return to play to the sporting activities we love so much. Bermuda has come a very long way in managing COVID-19. We have a legacy of determination, and our strong bonds have historically helped us to overcome any challenge we face. COVID is no different. We're grateful to the public for your patience and collaboration, and we encourage you to continue to take the right precautions so that we emerge from this next phase safe and healthy.
Good day, Bermuda. I am Diallo Rabane, the Minister of Education. As we continue to work collectively to move beyond this pandemic, I want to take this time to update you on how the Ministry and the Department of Education have been striving to maintain the integrity of our education system. As a result of this pandemic, we have seen the need to transition between in-person and remote learning to protect the safety and health of our students, educators, school staff, and the community at large. Throughout the transitions, I am grateful to share that our goal is to continuously improve the remote learning program and ensure the continuity of quality teaching and learning experiences for Bermuda's children. Both the Ministry and the Department of Education have made the following enhancements to the remote learning program. The department has provided laptops for most of our teachers and full Zoom licenses for school staff. The laptops ordered for our students are now on island, and we plan to equip our teachers with strategies for the effective integration of Chromebooks during the remote and in-person learning. I want to take this opportunity to thank the technical officers, school leaders, and especially our teachers and school staff who are working tirelessly to ensure our students are supported and learning. Despite any uncertainty that this pandemic has caused, I'm happy to share that it has not hindered the progress of our much-needed education reform. We have begun the consultative process for parish primary schools, and we have also started the engagement process for signature senior schools. With the Education Amendment Act 2021 passed in the House of Assembly, this is the first legislative step in delivering the government's commitment to phase out middle schools, introduce signature learning programs into senior school education, and move from a 3-tier to a 2-tier public education system. Bermuda, as we navigate this pandemic collectively, I want to thank our educators, our students, school staff, and parents for their unwavering and often selfless support. The passion and dedication shown by our educators and students reaffirm that we are much stronger when we come together. And with courage, we can thrive in the face of adversity.
Good day, Bermuda. I'm Colonel David Burt, the Minister of Public Works. The economic downturn sparked by the pandemic has created an urgent need to protect our residents against COVID-19, stimulate the local economy, and to retain and boost employment numbers. Working with the Bermuda Health Council, the Ministry has created pop-up vaccination sites across the island that will make it easier for residents to get vaccinated. I urge everyone to look out for announcements of vaccination sites near you and take advantage of the opportunity to get vaccinated. The Ministry has also initiated the Economic Stimulus Program, which contracts small to medium-sized businesses to complete a list of shovel-ready projects that will help maximize private sector employment while providing much-needed refreshing of our infrastructure. Economic Stimulus Program projects are identified by signs located at sites across the island. Also ongoing is the Water and Wastewater Master Plan. This massive undertaking involves laying underground piping throughout the whole of Southside and the town of St. George. Finally, the ministry's joint initiative with Belco is conducting significant upgrades to its underground network over 3 years. These are the kind of projects that address the country's needs, protecting everyone from COVID-19 and getting people working, earning, and providing for their families, while their valuable labor is transforming Bermuda's infrastructure for the better. While we have made much progress, I have no doubt we will continue to face challenges. But I want to remind everyone that the Ministry of Public Works remains committed to Bermuda and putting our economy back on the path to prosperity by supporting COVID-19 vaccinations for all willing residents and advancing capital projects that keep our people employed and strengthens the infrastructure of our island home.
Good day, Bermuda. The Ministry of Labor continues to move forward with initiatives, policies, and programs which will enable Bermuda to navigate our economic challenges and progress towards achieving economic recovery. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the government has provided over $60 million in benefits to assist those displaced from the workforce. The government will continue to provide social protections, including the supplemental unemployment benefit, to support individuals in need. Applications for the supplemental unemployment benefit may be collected from the Department of Financial Assistance and will be available online starting May 3rd. Recipients receive up to $1,520 per month, payable on or around the 15th of each month. Some recipients also receive health insurance coverage. The ministry also continues to support employees in the workplace. Many employees have asked questions: can my employer make me get vaccinated? And can my employer make me return to work? The ministry would like to make it clear that employers cannot force an individual to get vaccinated or force you to get tested before returning to work. While I encourage everyone to get tested and know their status, it is ultimately an individual's choice as it pertains to individuals being vaccinated. However, employers do have discretion on whether employees should return to the workplace or continue to work from home. I encourage all employers to follow the workplace guidelines put in place by the Ministry of Health to ensure safety of staff and customers. Lastly, I want to remind employers and employees that amendments to the Employment Act 2000 and the Trade Union and Labor Relations Consolidation Act will come into effect on June 1st, 2021. Please familiarize yourself with the various requirements under these acts to ensure compliance by that date. Should you have any labor or employment-related questions, please contact the Labor Relations section on 297-7714 and 297-7716 and select option number 2.
Hello, Bermuda. I'm Lawrence Scott, Minister of Transport. At a time when it seems as though all the news we hear is negative, I want to take this opportunity to share some positive news taking place within the Ministry of Transport. First, I am pleased to announce that the public buses are currently operating on the full published schedule again. Effective Monday, the 10th of May, the ticket office at the Central Terminal has also resumed normal operating times. In accordance with the Department of Health's COVID-19 guidance, students are required to distance on the school buses until further notice. Consequently, the ministry has contracted additional minibuses to assist with the transportation of our students. We want to encourage those of you that catch the bus to remember COVID protocols while waiting, entering, and getting off the bus. Please sanitize your hands, wear your mask for the duration, and remember to maintain physical distancing. These guidelines also apply to our ferry passengers. For those passengers that access the Hamilton Ferry Terminal, the terminal building remains closed, but ferries are operating on their normal schedule during permitted hours. These are the hours outside of curfew. Our public service vehicles, including our minibuses, taxis, and limousines, are available through prearranged and dispatching services. However, taxis are not permitted to ply for hire at a taxi stand or congregate, as this goes against social distancing guidelines. Our airport is opened and fully operational. I applaud each and every one who has played a part in ensuring that supply lines are open and our residents and visitors are transported safely to their destinations. I want to say thank you to all the men and women of the Ministry of Transport who work effectively, efficiently, and tirelessly each and every day. These have been some challenging times, and I look forward to a time when things have settled back down. To the people of Bermuda, we at the Ministry of Transport say thank you for your patience as we navigate the effects of COVID in our community.
Good day, Bermuda. I am Tanae Ferbert, Minister of Social Development and Seniors. During this latest COVID-19 outbreak, my colleagues in the Ministry of Social Development and Seniors, and notably Bermuda's third sector agencies, have been doing extraordinary work in our community to assist individuals who are struggling to provide for their basic needs, such as housing, food, childcare, and medical care. As our country emerges from the pandemic, our ministry will join in the restoring of our communities and provide support where it is most needed. We will focus on providing support through resources and community partnerships to the ministry's Aging and Disability Services for seniors and persons with disabilities. This department has been working diligently throughout the pandemic, supporting and protecting our seniors and persons with disabilities who are at risk of abuse or neglect. We will continue to support the professionals who have been working steadily to meet the increased demand for assistance, intervention services, care, and support at the Department of Child and Family Services and the K. Margaret Carter Center. We will support and collaborate with Bermuda's third sector agencies who play a vital role in providing assistance, protection, and housing for members of our community who need their service. We are grateful to the third sector and pastoral leaders who are working tirelessly for a collective impact for our community. We look forward to future collaboration. The Ministry of Social Development and Seniors is committed to protecting all individuals during their lifetime and facilitating their well-being. As we look forward to life beyond the pandemic, let us move with hope, with unity, and with the knowledge that our great Bermudian spirit has not been defeated and will not be defeated, and more importantly, knowing that you are not alone. The Ministry of Social Development and Seniors is here for you.
Thank you, ministers, for your hard work and dedication as we continue our work to deliver for the people of Bermuda. I would also like to thank the public officers who have worked tirelessly over the last year to deliver services under very difficult circumstances. The government of Bermuda will continue to work each day to keep the promises made to the electorate as we all do our part to move Bermuda beyond the pandemic.